I'll be looking at some cycles that beget other cycles, or maybe cycles that remain the same and keep things in the loop. Could it be that a thing was meant to be because of the thing that came before it? Or could that thing that is coming along be self aware and recognize that the cycle before it is leading it into another cycle and it really doesn't want to follow after that cycle? Let me try to explain what I mean. So it rains and the sun shines and the water gets back into the clouds, and subsequently another time it rains again. So the rain in the cloud depends on the water from the ground to come to it, and the rain falling depends on the one in the sky for it to have its presence. So let's also look at another one. Some people say that strong men make weak men on the next generation. As in, the strong man, he is strong enough, he feeds his family, he provides things for people, and he, for some reason, he pampers his children. Or maybe he doesn't. He provides everything his children need, and because his children have it easy for them, they are not toughened up by tough situations the way their father was. Let's say the father tried and did not make them so soft, but to some degree they are not as tough as their father because they did not go through what the father went through. To some degree they stepped down in toughness. Maybe in that generation or not, things go haywire because it requires a level of toughness to get things done the way the father got things done. So they lose their wealth, or maybe the toughness reduces till it gets to a generation that completely loses it. So the tough man produces the next weak generation, for example, because they were not toughened up by what the tough generation went through. And because of this, the weak generation produce toughness because they are unable to provide for the next generation. And the next generation tries their best, maybe in their time or the next, but they try their best to go through the toughness and get the qualities that they need, and they produce wealth. And because of that, they lead to another set of weak people because the weak people did not go through toughness. That is, does it require toughness to get wealth? But I think it requires a certain number of qualities. Being diligent, continually working on a thing until it produces by wisdom. So the cycle of weak to strong to weak to weak to strong to weak. Is it possible for the strong to beget the strong to beget the strong to continue to beget the strong and to beget the strong? Now I think about it, it could be possible. It could be possible. It could be possible. It requires lots of diligence. I think it requires some level of some level of deliberate toughening. The man is strong enough. He's strong enough. He provides for his family, but he deliberately allows his children to go through some toughness. He gives to them, but he also says to them, I am withholding this from you. I need you to prove yourself. Go out there and just with $1,000, for example, make $1 million before you come back. If you need some piece of advice, you can call me. I can help you out. So that child can learn what it means to grow a thing from little to big. If everything is provided, will it cause him to be weak? Interesting. This doesn't apply in all cases, I think. It's more like if the man was strong, there's a tendency for him to produce someone who is stronger than him. That is, if the one he is working on, his child, agrees to go through things that would help him be above his father in terms of accomplishment. Either he does it and becomes better than the father, or doesn't and becomes weaker. It has to go progressively, either upward or downward, I think. So it requires some level of diligence. It doesn't mean that every strong man would produce weak people, or every weak person will have to produce strong people. In many ways, poor and weak people produce poor and weak children till a person wakes up and says, I've taken it enough. In many cases, the comfort of being at a level is inherited, I think. So the poor person is possibly, to some level, comfortable with his poverty. Maybe he is, or maybe he isn't, but the children are born and that is all they know. And they expect things to be that way because that's all they know. They are born into that situation and they do not have a drive to contrast, to a drive to get out of it, because they are not comparing it with any other thing they have experienced. If they hadn't experienced riches and then dropped to poverty, they could say to themselves, I cannot take this anymore. I need to change this because I know there is something else out there. But when they do not know that there is anything out there, they think that it's reality. We could just ball with it. We could just continue with it. So in that case, the weak beget the weak, till someone somewhere experiences something different and says, I know there's something out there and it's different. I need to adjust. I need to step out and get things done. That level of exposure could spiral him upward into riches. Maybe not in his generation, but maybe upward, because he has seen it and he wants to experience it. In many ways, seeing it before having it is required. Can it be done any other way? Can it be done any other way? Seeing it and then having it, I think that's the order. A person has to see it first. Be it in the mind, imagined, or maybe actually seeing it. Putting ourselves in situations that will make us think a certain way. Putting ourselves in circles that will make us think in a certain way. Comfort with the situation, with our current situation, may either spiral us down or keep us relatively in the same position. Interesting.